All right, guys, welcome back for another one. The amp of the week is something that either just came out or I'm just out of the loop. But the Audiozerone ZE2000.1. Y'all know that the ZE1000 is a good performing amp. The ZE500, good performing amp. Those amps have been pretty popular for a couple of years now. That ZE1000 is like an amp that does its numbers, and it's like 86 bucks on Amazon. This amp costs a little bit more than that. We'll get into that. But if this thing performs like its little brothers, this is going to be another home run. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. You should check out my website, welshaudio.com. Everything ships for free. The prices that you see is the prices that you'll pay at checkout. Enjoy the video. All right, let's check this thing out. I will put an Amazon affiliate link in the description for this amp, the ZE1000, and the ZE500. I've already done videos on the 500 and the 1000. That 1000 is 86 bucks on Amazon. And it is, of course, you're going to pay tax on that. And if you're not a Prime member, you may pay some shipping on top of that too. But this amp is, I'll double check and let you know by the end of the video if I don't forget. But this amp is like $138 plus tax. I think it cost me $145 or something like that. I'm a Prime member. But if this thing really does 2,000 watts, then that's going to be a really good deal. Of course, they're giving us the 4,000 max rating there. Those other amps are like that too. They call the 1,000 a 2,000 max, and then that 500, if I remember right, it is I think they call it a 1,000 max. But guys, I have not opened this yet. So y'all are gonna check it out with me here on video. I like just giving y'all the raw unboxing because I know if I'm gonna go buy something, I think it's kind of cool to see exactly what it looks like if you were to be unboxing that yourself. All right, so right out of the gate, they give us a manual. It's got the ZE500, 1000, 2000. It's got the picture of the 1000. But I'll check the manual out for you guys and let y'all know. Y'all let me know if y'all knew about this amp. If this thing's been out very long. This is a viewer suggested, by the way. Somebody suggested this like a week ago. I can't even remember what video it was on, but somebody said, hey, you should check out the this model. And I went to look at it to double check because I thought, man, I didn't know they made a 4,000 watt model, because I think that's the way the subscriber said it. I don't remember, but he said it in a way that I knew, hey, I'm not aware of that. Let me go check it out. And sure enough, I saw it and I was like, oh dang, I'd like to look at that. So thank y'all for your suggestions. By the way, y'all know that by now I have done a lot of videos. I've bought a lot of amplifiers with my own money, mine and my wife's money, and done a video and everything just because you guys suggested that amp. I've done that a lot now. I don't know how many times. A good, I don't know, dozen or more probably. So right here we get some Allen wrenches, screws, high level input, and some Velcro. That must be for the bass knob. Let's check this bass knob out. Is this the same bass knob? That little ZE500, by the way, is the amp that I gave away, and the ZE1000 was loaned to me by a friend of the channel, Ronald Klein. Ronald ended up loaning me several amps. I don't remember exactly how many. That was that Orion that I accidentally messed up. I bought him a new one. Yeah, so I can't remember what the bass knobs look like on those other two. This one doesn't look familiar, so I'm wondering if this is a different bass knob. Very smooth. It is plastic. I like that it's small. It is plastic. There are no lights on it at all. So for some of y'all, that's a good thing. Some of y'all, that's a bad thing. Some of these lights end up being really bright in your vehicle. But then sometimes if you don't have a light, people will be kind of wishing they had a light. But people go either way on that. But it is plastic, small, smooth. Anyhow, let's get these out of the way. Let's check out the good stuff. This amp has, oh yeah, she is definitely bigger. This is looking to me like a half bridge Class D size-wise. But y'all know, let's see right here. What are they giving us? RMS ratings, 800 at 4, 1300 at 2, and 2000 at 1. That is the exact same ratings of the WA2K. 800, 1300, and 2000. It just happens to be that way. That is not the same amp, by the way. The WA2K is a full bridge, Chinese full bridge. This is a Chinese, I'm sure it's going to end up being a half bridge. Let's check it out. Good size amp. This amp's pretty long. Let's check out the, all right, so we get the dual positives and negatives, power and protect lights. Looks like some, what size is that? Let me look at that off camera there a little bit. All right, I'm gonna have to check out the sizing on this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Those look like bigger than 4 to me, but smaller than 1 aught. So these might end up being like 2 gauge or maybe standard 1 aught and not oversized 1 aught. It's probably gonna end up being something like that. I'll check it out for you guys though and let y'all know. All right, what do we have over here? There's those high level inputs all the way to the left. Low level inputs, your gain, min and max, phase 0 to 180, your remote input, bass boost, subsonic, low pass filter. Most of the normal things that we see these days. Does not appear to be strappable. All right, guys, I can't wait to check this out. I'm gonna be honest with you, that looks like a 2K. This heat sink and all is pretty legit. We'll check out the gut shot at the end of the video and all that, but let me check out that manual for you guys, and I'll start the process of wiring it up. All right, real quick. Here's the ratings in the manual. They are the same, and it shows all 3 models there. So I'll hold this. Y'all can pause or whatever. But all the way over there on the right, the ZE2000.1. Let's see. There's that 800 watt, 1300 watt, 2000 watt, 4000 max. There's the range. This is a bass amp, so 15 hertz to 250 hertz. Let's see, yeah, showing like the crossovers. And there's the external 200 amp fuse, not included, so they want you to run your own fuse, Class D. Okay, the other stuff in here, the manual's decent, but it's just got stuff in here about wiring it up. One of the things I did like is it shows like some crossover slopes and stuff. I think it's really cool. Some of the companies are starting to enter stuff like this into the manuals these days. So the knowledge is so much better now on everything, to be honest. But with all of this type of stuff, people are easily able to see what this stuff means, myself included, as opposed to years past when we were scratching our heads over things like crossovers. All right, let me check out these inputs for you, and I'll let you know what fits and what doesn't fit. I don't have any 2-gauge, but I certainly can try the 4s and the oversized 1/0s, but I'll get back with you on that. All right, guys, yeah, this is gonna be like, I'm gonna say 2-gauge. So here's some 1/0 reducers. This is just a 1/0 to 1/0, but that don't even come close. Hopefully you can see that pretty good. That don't even come close to going in there. And then here is 4-gauge. This one is a 1/0 to 4-gauge, but that 4-gauge is really small. So I'm gonna say, you know what did that manual say? I'll double check that manual again. I may have already overlooked. Maybe the manual says 2-gauge inputs, but I'm gonna say these are 2-gauge. I'll chime back in if I end up realizing that that's wrong according to what the manual says. But I will end up hooking up the, I'll probably do the 1/0 to 4-gauge reducers is probably how I'll hook this up. Even though right here on the bench for this short little run, those 4-gauges would be sufficient for sure. Anyhow, I'll get to that. All right, guys, here we go. Boy, I tell you, it's nice to just get back to some amp dynos. Let me know what you think about that. Also, let me know what you think about the audio. I'm using the mic. This is the first time I'm using the mic on amp dyno video. But this first run here is going to be 40 hertz and 4 ohms, so rated 800 watts. We're starting off at 14.8, and we're going to capture the current. So here we go, 40 hertz. Let's roll it up. Are we gonna see 800? $748. The voltage, I think it did drop to 14.7, and the current draw was 76.1. So it is a little shy there of hitting that 800 watts, but let's try dynamic, and I wouldn't get too worried yet. That's only off a little bit, and typically amps like this, they shine once you get closer to the 1 ohm rating, whatever the lowest ohm load is. If it's a 2 ohm amp or a 1 ohm amp or whatever, it's not super uncommon to see it miss a little bit on those other runs. Now, do we like to see it hit all of its numbers? Yes, absolutely we do. All right, let me switch things up here a little bit. Let's do the 40 hertz dynamic at 4 ohms. All right, dynamic at 4, what's it gonna do? Here we go. 779, any more? 784, 789. Okay, that's the end of the run. Just a little bit shy. All right, let me reconfigure the resistors, and we'll do 2 ohms. All right, here we go. 2 ohms, rated 1300, 40 hertz, up to clipping. What are we gonna get? Here we go. $1277. So another little bit of a miss. 14.5, 139.1 amps of current. All right, let's do dynamic. Dynamic, here we go. Will we see 1300? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Got some headroom. 1443. Okay, I like it. All right, we are going to do the 1 ohm test. Boy, we really need it to shine at 1 ohm, right? Let's see that 2K at 1 ohm. All right, let me get it hooked up. All right, here we go. 1 ohm, rated 2,000 watts. Boy, I'd like to see it. I know y'all would too. Is it going to do 2,000? Here we go. Oh man, little short, 1960. The voltage dropped to 14.3 and the current draw was 247.2. Let's do 1 ohm dynamic. Boy, it's missing at all on all the normal runs, meaning up to clipping. It's off just a little. They probably need to change the rating on this by 100 watts, and they'd be good to go. All right, if I can do this quick enough, we'll just switch on over to, here we go, dynamic. Here we go, dynamic at 1. Oh yeah, oh man. Dang, okay. So look, still going, still going. All right, so here's, golly. So that's probably why they've got it rated like they do. So it does miss its numbers a little bit, certified and uncertified, but it's got some really good dynamic headroom. So that's pretty nice for sure. All right, so hard to hate on that, right? 2,500 watts right there for 100 and, I got to look up the price again for you guys. It's 145 or so to your door if you get that free shipping. But we're not done with it yet. We got to hear it, right? Let's go put it on those 12s or 15s. I don't know which one just yet. We're going to look at the guts too. So let's get to some of that. All right, guys, I've got a little surprise for y'all today. How about half ohm on music? So we've got all 4 of them hooked up this time. I don't think we've done that before. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not actually sure, but I don't think I've done that before. So let's just see. Can it handle it? What will it give us as far as output? And it'll be cool to see all 4 of these flexing at the same time. So let's get to it. Let's restart the track. Here we go. All right, one of those didn't like that for a second. I had to turn it down a little bit, but check that out. 2241 at 0.6. It never did try to protect or anything. So, guys, I'm not recommending that. In fact, I'll say don't hook this thing up at a half ohm. You know, but y'all saw what just happened. Even though I don't recommend it, it did take it. So pretty cool amp. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I like this one. I like the other ones as well, but now we've got one with some really nice power. So anyhow, guys, I think this one is a home run. I do wish it would have done a little bit better on those dyno runs, but still, this thing puts out some good power. All right, let's get the back plate off of it. We've got to take a look at that gut shot. All right, guys, here we go. It's the gut shot. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Guys, I was pleasantly surprised when I first pulled this off. It's got some nice guts in here. What do we have? The cap tops, 2200 microfarad, 120 volt. What else do we see on there? 105 degrees Celsius. Yeah, those are pretty fat. They really are. Man, tell me what you think. This is some pretty beefy guts in here. Trying to show everything else. I don't know. Let me get back again. That looks like a couple thousand watts to me. This is a decent amp. I'm pleasantly surprised here. I also double checked the price. So yeah, I think it's still this price too. $138 even, and then with tax, I'm a Prime member, so I got free shipping. But with tax, $149.04. So pretty cool amp for just under 150 bucks. Tell me what y'all think. I will put links in the description for this one and the 1000 model, the 500 model, and I think I saw where they now also have out one of the little off-road amps for like side-by-sides and stuff like that. I'll put a link in the description for that as well if I'm correct about what I'm saying here. So pretty cool. Let's get the plate back on it. Let's fill out the card, and then we'll end the video. But let me know what y'all think about this one. I'm going to be real interested to hear y'all's feedback. All right, guys, let's fill out the card. So I'm going to cheat on this one a little bit here this week. Hopefully y'all won't be too upset with me, but I'm going to write down that dynamic number that it did, because it did miss its number a little bit. I usually write down the uncertified number, and it did miss those just a smidge, but it had such good dynamic headroom that I feel like that's worth noting. So let's write down that 2567. That was at 40 hertz. This is a subwoofer amp. Don't buy this for your door speakers. 1 ohm, and that was dynamic. So pretty cool amp, especially for the price. You know, if this was a $300 amplifier, probably wouldn't like it as much. But for what it costs and what it give us, I kind of think this one's a home run. Let me know what you think. Guys, thank you so much for the support. Please come back next week for more. Give me your thoughts about this thing, and we'll see you next time.